Welcome to Rockwood Museum. The holidays are upon us. Today I'll be sharing with you a few crafts that you can be doing in the safety of your own home. I'm Donna Francisco and I work here at Rockwood. I want to welcome you to one of Rockwood's beautiful parlors, known as the Office and Gun Room. Today we're going to be learning how to do a Deco mesh wreath. In this one I always try to pick a theme, and the theme for this wreath is Gingerbread Man and candy. So I'm definitely going to be using my little gingerbread man pick here. I've been saving it for a project and this is it. The first thing you're going to start out with is a roll of Deco mesh. And just like building a house, you want to get good Deco mesh. This can be picked up at any craft store and it is very sticky. So when you're using it, I would suggest a smooth kind of shirt like I have on and not a sweater. So you'll also need a wreath frame. Now this is already has the ties on it, how I bought it, but you can also get a green wreath frame at any dollar store, at any craft shop. And instead of these little ties, you can just use pipe cleaners and it's about half the price. I just really like the ones that are already done. And I'm just going to go around and I'm going to just really quickly open all of these up. There's only 18 of them, so we'll go around really fast and get those started, and then we'll begin. And as we go through, I'll be showing you the different things that I have purchased. I am someone who, if I see it and I like it, I buy it and I put it away, because you never know when you're going to need it. So I am going to be using twist ties. I absolutely love, not twist ties, cable ties. I absolutely love these for this wreath. We're going to start over here and we're going to bunch it. This is 21 inches long by 10 yards, and we're just going to scrunch it. Let me move this over so you can see me better. I'm just going to scrunch it up here. It doesn't have to look pretty because nobody's going to see it. And we're going to start on the outside here. And let me see if I can do it this way so you can see it. We're going to put it in one of our twist ties here. We're going to just do like 2 twists. That'll hold it. But then we're going to take our cable tie and we're going to attach it to the frame. This is just like securing it so that it does not come loose, because you don't want to get your whole wreath all finished and the first part of it comes undone. So let's get that really tight. Again, nobody's going to see this part. We're going to cut it off and we're going to go about 12 inches out. And I have so many things on this table. I wanted to show you all the different little doohickeys that I'm going to put out there. So I'm going to measure about 12 inches. You can certainly use a ruler, but you don't have to because you'll have some left over. And I'm going to put it in the next tie. Put this out of the way here. And we're going to twist that. Make sure it's fairly tight. And then we're going to just give this a puff, because we really want to make sure that this wreath is really big. These are very whimsical kinds of wreaths. So then we're going to give another 12 inches and we're going to go to the next tie. Okay, you can see I've gone all the way around the outer layer and the inner layer, but I wanted to show you how I'm going to finish this off. So let me turn it your way. It's actually the same way as we started it. The last one goes in this tie. We're going to secure it. We're going to take our zip tie and we're going to go around the center bar just like we did and in the same place as when we started. And we're going to zip tie it really tight. We'll cut that little piece off. Put that in the trash can over here. and then I'm going to cut off, but I'm going to leave like maybe 3 inches. And I'm going to leave 3 inches because I want to take that part that I cut off and I want to stick it down here and have it come through the bottom. See how it comes through the bottom? Then you don't see it in the top. And then I'm going to take this all and I'm going to just fluff it up. We're going to be fluffing it up the whole way. So this certainly is not the final fluffing. And we just want to pull it out because, like I said, it's supposed to be very whimsical and things like that. Now there are 18 ties on this wreath and we're going to be using 4 different kinds of ribbon. So I already have the ribbon that I chose. I already have it cut. So let me put this to the side and I can show you the ones that I chose. Remember, my theme is Gingerbread Man. So these ribbons want to curl up on themselves. I have a Gingerbread Man ribbon, one that says Merry Christmas, one that's more red with a green stripe, and then this one that has a little blink to it and kind of look like a candy cane to me. So I've cut them 12 inches and then I've dovetailed them. So I do that by folding it in half. And this is very important. You want to cut it up from the folded side. If you cut it up from the other side, it goes up like a chevron and you're not going to be able to use it. So to get started with the ribbons, I have chosen to put the Gingerbread Man with this red and white stripe one. I'm going to overlap them. I'm going to fold it in half, kind of scrunch it up there. And it doesn't matter where I start. Although this Gingerbread Man is one way, so what I think I'm going to do is find out where I started. So the zip tie was here. Make sure my Gingerbread Men aren't going upside down. So I'm going to untie the tie. I'm going to stick my ribbon in there. I'm going to put it on there really tight. And then I'm going to spread it out. And I'm going to go by alternating all the way around the different ribbons. So the next one I'm going to take is the one that's mostly red, and I am going to put the Merry Christmas one on top. And it's the same thing as the Gingerbread Man. You don't want it to say Merry Christmas upside down, so be very aware of where you're putting them. So we'll go in here, we'll untie this one. Okay, we're going to put it in there. We're going to make sure our Merry Christmas, we'll be able to read it. Okay, we're going to tie it in here. Make sure we have about 6 inches on both sides. We don't want it to be lopsided. And it doesn't matter that you can see this white tie because you won't be able to see it at the end when we're all done. And we're going to put these out. And now remember, I'm going to alternate them all the way around. And this is where I started because I can see my twist ties. So it's okay to leave this open because our bow, we're going to make a really big puffy bow and that's going to hide that part. So I'm going to go and finish the wreath and then I'll be back when all the ribbons are on. And now I'm going to make the bow and I'm going to use this. It's called a bow dazzler and it's really like your third hand. It's absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to use the ribbons that I used in the wreath and I'm going to just make the tail this long. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to change it up. I'm going to twist it and I am going to make, this will be the bottom of the ribbon. So I'm going to just eyeball it to about 3.5 inches. Okay, so you can see how I've twisted it inside the bow dazzler so that the pretty side is up. Then I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to give this a twist and then make this come over about the same size. We want it to be symmetrical. So let's see, lift it up. Nope, this side's a little bit bigger, so let's pull that through. Okay. Now I like the rule of 3. Everything should be odd numbers. So if we just had this is 2. It's not going to be as nice as if we do 3. So we're going to do this 3 times. And we're going to keep it the same size. We're going to make the other ribbons less. And it would probably work out better if I pulled more of the ribbon out. Then we wouldn't be all stuck there. Okay, I'm going to put this in. I'm going to match it right up to that other one. Push it down. Turn that over. And like I said, I'm going to do this 3 times. So that's twice. Likes to stick to my hands here. Okay. One more twist here, and then we'll cut that off for the tail. And then we will decide, I haven't made up my mind yet, which one I'm going to do next. Okay, so we're going to pull this out. Here's this tail. We're going to have this tail at least that long. And like I said, if it's too long, it doesn't matter because we're going to trim them up anyway. Okay. And with the bow dazzler, there's this nice little tool. I can push down there and scrunch it all down there. Because remember, we're going to have a lot of layers to this bow. So, I think I'll do this candy cane next. There's not much of it. So, we'll see how we make out here. Let's take this piece of tape off. Same thing, we're going to make a tail, and we'll see how far we can get on this one. And we're going to have this one match the same width, so we're going to put it right over top. We're going to twist it, bring this around, get that out of the way. Twist. Hopefully we can get 3 turns of this. This definitely was the last on this spool here. Oh, I think I do. I think I can. I like to save all little bits of ribbon because you never know when you can use them. I'm definitely going to have enough. Okay, so we're at 2. I think we're going to have just enough. Look at that. And then we have the tape. And I'm also using wired ribbon. It'll bend any way you need it to. And this ribbon is 2.5 inches wide. I like the wider, but that's just my personal taste. Okay, so let's go now. Let's do the Merry Christmas. Let me make sure that gets in there. And we're going to make the Merry Christmas just a little bit smaller. Still, we need the tail. And we actually want to make sure it goes this way because the other way I was going to put it, Merry Christmas, would have been upside down. So we want to be really paying attention because guaranteed somebody else is going to notice that Merry Christmas is upside down. So, let's see. So, let's see how we can turn this so it doesn't say it upside down. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to fool with that. Let's do this one. I have a feeling that Merry Christmas is going to give us some challenges, so we're not going to use it. Okay. This one, and you can see we're just building layer upon layer of ribbon, and then we're going to spread it out. This we're going to come in a little, maybe a 1/2 inch. Now these ribbons I have purchased at either Joann's, Michael's. Some of them are probably as old as A.C. Moore. Right now, because it's Christmas, everything is on sale. Definitely use your coupons. there. I think the bow really makes the wreath, because you can add fun things to it. And next we're going to be using our gingerbread one. So that should be 3 on each side, correct? Yep. So we're going to bring that down for our tail. Just cut that off. Okay, we're almost finished with the bow. We're going to do our gingerbread, because remember that's the theme to our to our bow. And I'm going to take this all the way off of the spool because the gingerbread is a one-way pattern. And we don't want the gingerbread to be standing on his head. Okay. I knew this looks like I'm just all stacking it on top of one another, but when you see, when we get it done and we start to fluff that bow, it's really going to make, like I said, I think it makes or breaks your wreath. Put that down there. And then, we didn't put this in a wreath, but I thought this would just be cute. It's narrower, and we can put that right in the center. And this is the last ribbon that we're going to do. And we're going to make this 3 on one side and 2 on the other. And that way, because it's going to be our center. And that will make it the odd number that I was talking about. Okay, so we have 2 on that side, 2 on this side, and go. Now, we'll have to put this one down here when we put the twist tie on it. So we want to scrunch it down with our tool. And we're going to take another cable tie, and we're going to go, there's a little slot in here that we're going to go under and to the other side, and we might have to lift our bow up a little bit to feed it through. But we want to make sure that our bow doesn't come out before we're ready. Okay, there it came through. We're going to lift it up. Did I lose it? I did. Let's try that again. There's a lot of ribbon here. There we go. Let's try that again. Okay. That's the 2 ends together. We'll get rid of that bow dazzler there. Use our zip tie. And we want to rotate that zip tie to the back too. We are going to pull it as tight as we can. I think this is about it. So here is the bow. We're going to start to fluff it up now. So, and remember it's wired, so it'll do exactly what I want it to do. I'm going to start to puff these up, move them around where I want them to go. And we want it all to be able to show. So you want some down to the bottom, you'll want some up at the top, some in the middle. And I would suggest you just fluff it all up first and then decide where you want the pieces. You just don't want a bunch of the same together. Let's twist it over here. And we're just going to keep fluff until we get it how we want it to be. Let's see, put it this way so you can see it too. Okay, I'm gonna have to have it face me for a second there. Okay, and obviously we want tails to be in the back. Okay. I need to work on it a little bit more, but I think you get the gist of what we're doing here. We're fluffing these things up. We're moving them around. This green and red we're going to kind of have as the center part. And then we want to go and we want to finish the ends. So, as I said earlier for the ribbon, I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to cut it up from the folded edge just to make that tail. And then some of them, probably this green, I'm just going to go on an angle just to make it different. So let's see. How that was cut. And we'll just go all the way around so you get the idea of what we're doing. And as you can see, I'm just finishing up cutting these ties here. I think I have, oh, missed one. And I'm going to work on the bow. The bow is kind of a work in progress there. I think I have all the ends done. Get out of my mess here. But I'm not too worried about fluffing up the bow right now, but you get the gist of what I'm doing. And I'm going to put that wire back in there. I need my scissors. If I was to do this again, I would definitely put the wire in before I tighten up that zip tie all the way. It would make it just much easier because now I'm going to have to dig under there to make a little bit of a gap. But you want to use the wire. That's how we're going to attach the wreath or the bow to the wreath. Okay, there we go. Pull the scissors out. And we're going to pull that and we're going to give it just a small twist too. Okay, so we'll twist that. And like I said, we're going to go back and fluff this bow up when we're finished. I want to put the bow where we started. So let me turn this around so I can find where the zip tie was, right here. So I'm going to put the bow right here. And we're going to go underneath the wreath. We're going to stick the wire through the Deco mesh. It's very easy. It's very thin wire. Okay. And then we're going to stick the other end through. Obviously not through the same place. We'll get to the end of that wire. All right, I think I've got it. And we're going to pull it fairly tight. You want to pull it so tight that the bow goes through. All right, what do you think? Let's see. That looks good. We're going to turn it over, and we are just going to tie this ribbon or this wire around this wreath form here. And then you just have to go a couple times. We want to make sure that it's firmly in place and not too jiggly. Okay, I wrapped it around 4 times, but I would probably do it a few more than that. Okay. So we have our bow. Like I said, we'll fluff this up more as we go, but now it's time to put the little ornaments on. So the one that I really wanted to use was this big gingerbread man. He was the whole inspiration. So I'm thinking I want to put him down here somewhere. So let's see. It comes on this nice long stick. And let's see. We just want him to be peeking out. We don't want him to be on top. We just want him to be peeking out there. So I'm going to fasten him with a cable tie. You can tell how much I like these cable ties. Okay, you see how he's just sticking out there? And I have some other things we can put on there. I'm going to adjust him a little bit because he's on a wire stick. I also have some Christmas balls that I want to put on. And one of the things I like to use are these Christmas tree balls. Now these I bought at the dollar store. They're inexpensive. They ended up being 20 cents a piece. Let's do this. There you go. They're just cute. They just add a little bit of whimsy. I'm also going to put a little bit of hot glue here because we're going to put some tension on them and we don't want them to pop off. So I use my pipe cleaners that I have on the table, this table. And I'm going to run the end of the pipe cleaner through the top of the ball there and give it a twist. And then the same with the gingerbread man there. I'm just going to feed it through and then tie it off. Let me see. I'm going to like that. I think I want to put it, you know what? Let's do this. Let's open up. Look at that. Good. Let's open up one of these ties and just put the Christmas ball in there. So I don't know if you can see that, if I can turn it around. Just going to give this a little untie here. Okay, it's open up. We're going to stick that in there. Now remember, it's still stuck to the pipe cleaner. Okay, see how that just adds a little bit? I've got some other balls here. Okay, so here's a different one. Still came from the dollar store. I'm going to use the same technique. I think that worked out really well, just putting it in underneath. Let's try down here, because we don't want Christmas balls in all parts of it. And let's put that in here. We're going to want to cut that end off. So, okay. So you can see we have the two Christmas balls in there, and we're going to go randomly all the way around. But we don't want them all over. We just want them here, there, and everywhere. And make sure you stagger them. So I'm going to put one more on here. And I think I want to put this last ball up in here. And we're going to give it that a tighten that up. We're going to hide that pipe cleaner. Okay, we want to make sure we can see it, but it's just supposed to be like a hint. So see how we're making out so far? We have the bow on, we have some balls. I have these different things that I have purchased at different craft stores. We have our big lollipop, so we're going to want to use that. So let's stick this in over here. Same thing, we're going to undo the tie. Okay, and we want to stick this. I think I'm going to cut this end off. We really don't need anything this big. So let me cut this off. Okay, we're going to stick this right in here. I'm going to make sure we get it underneath the deco mesh. Nobody needs to see the end of it. Shove it down in there. And we're going to close this up. You can see we're just adding cute little things to it. Because remember, it's supposed to be full of whimsy. And you can buy these sprays at the dollar store, the craft store. You don't have to use it as the whole thing. I really don't want all this beads on here. But I really like the lollipops. So I can just pull them down. They're just wrapped in there with wire. And I just want to use those and stick those different places. Aren't they cute? Okay, so let's see. We don't want to be up against something else. Maybe put that right here. I may change my mind when I see it. That's why wrapping it in the ties is a good idea because it's not hot glued in. You may decide to hot glue it down later, but right now it's just in there. We want them to stick up. And excuse me, I have several of them. So you might want to stick another one in here. And let's see, I'm going to stick that through the deco mesh. I'm going to cut this off too. It's a good idea too to have like little snips instead of your scissors because some of the wire is thicker. Okay, so we want to add that here. Remember what I said about the rule of 3. So I think I have, and I do, I have another one of those. So we're going to stick that up here somewhere. Maybe we'll stick it right here. That might be too close. Oh, we stick it up in here. Like I said, when your wreath is done, you're going to tweak it. So we're just placing things on there now. I'm going to pick it up and see how it looks so far. Hi, this is the finished wreath. You can see we have all of our different things on there. I'll probably go back through and straighten out these ribbons and things like that and hide these little white things. But that's basically it. It's a lot of fun. It does not take a lot of time. And you can probably make it for probably about $20. So I hope you have fun making yours. Thank you for joining me. Please visit rockwood.org for our program calendar and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Rockwood Park and Museum.